So I love this. I love this from the Indiana Fever. I love this from like the admin. I genuinely do. I love this from the team. I love this from the bench mob. And do I wish the Indiana Fever were like this last year when Caitlin Clark was in the position of Kelsey Mitchell? Yeah. But it does not mean that they're not right now. And a lot of people are like, oh, no one was pushing the team are pushing Kelsey Mitchell. No, these players are. These players are. And this is Aja has to be the MVP. Not like, the Minnesota Lynx when Alana Smith gets co-defense player of the year. Oh, we've both had great seasons. Yeah, we have so much respect. And there's Becky Hammond being like, no one should ever win another award as long as Aja Wilson exists. The most improved player, it's Aja every year. The MVP, it's Aja Wilson every year. Sixth player of the year, doesn't matter if she's a starter. The league has proven that it doesn't matter that if you're a starter, because a starter just won sixth player of the year, Aja Wilson should win that too. It's one of those things where I think that the WNBA have had this weird. It's just been this weird club where Aja Wilson's been queen bee, where you are not allowed. Where if you don't think Aja Wilson is the greatest at everything, there's something wrong with you. Like if you don't think Aja Wilson's the best player in the world, there's something wrong with you. And I've said it for the last year, Napheesa Collier for the last year. I don't care that Aja Wilson won MVP. Because Napheesa Collier got injured. Aja Wilson was not better than Napheesa Collier this year. And almost all the voters were like, oh, the deciding factor is game played. Aja Wilson has not been better than Napheesa Collier. And you might be like, oh, what about the last time they played? What about the last 6 times they played before that? When the Lynx beat the Aces all 6 times. And you'd be like, oh, but Aja outplayed Fee in one of the 6. 3 times this year, Aja got outplayed by Napheesa Collier. 3 times. But no, you're not allowed to say Fee's the best player in the world, because if you say Fee's the best player in the world, you get attacked by by everybody. Literally, Aja Wilson gets cheered. She gets cheered at away fans, and it's not with Caitlin Clark where Fever fans show up to away games. No, people be wearing dream jerseys and cheering for the team they're playing against. It's at the stage where Dream players are complaining about it. Dream players are complaining. But, you heard, what was it? It was we have an MVP candidate on our team and you're chanting MVP for another player. And the Indiana Fever are going out of their way to push Kelsey Mitchell in a game where, Kelsey Mitchell lived up to it. Which of the MVP candidates lived up to MVP? Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell lived up to it. And if Kelsey Mitchell gets robbed for first team All WNBA by a person who did not get a single vote for a single top 5 vote for MVP, which I'm still scared it's going to happen. I'm still scared Passive P is going to go and get All W first team. She wasn't top 15 in MVP voting, but just I'm scared. But you've seen Chloe Bibby wearing a Kelsey Mitchell MVP top. Man, Caitlin Clark with the Black Forces. Caitlin Clark was the first person to tweet about it. She needs to do it as well. And the Indiana Fever, even the day MVP is decided, the day that MVP is decided is the day that the Indiana Fever have a player wearing a Kelsey Mitchell MVP t-shirt playing against the MVP. That just sums up this current Indiana Fever team. They don't care about the hierarchy. They don't care about old WNBA. If you look at this Indiana Fever team, you look Chloe Bibby. Chloe Bibby's somebody who, after what she did at Maryland, should have been given a shot in the WNBA. Absolutely should have been given a shot before this year. Kelsey Mitchell, number 2 draft pick. One of the greatest college scorers of all time. Absolutely disrespected by the old WNBA. The players always did. But the media never voted her high in All-Star. The fans never did. She was absolutely disrespected by old WNBA. And that's something. Is it the biggest deal in the world? No. if you're being respected by the old WNBA? No. Caitlin Clark got no respect. Aaliyah Boston, the day Caitlin Clark touched down in Indiana, and they realized that Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other, because they were all pro Aaliyah Boston when it was, hating Caitlin Clark. And now they're all pro Kelsey Mitchell, only in an anti-Caitlin Clark way. Most of these rival people, because they didn't care about Kelsey Mitchell at all until it became, is she better than Caitlin Clark? Because let's be real. Let's be real. Kelsey Mitchell's got LeBron tweeting about her. She's got LeBron tweeting about her. So all the top a lot of top people tweeting about her. Like, Kelsey Mitchell's a hooper. She's an absolute baller, and she's getting the exposure that she deserves. And now you've got these players being like, you know what? I don't care. Other teams, there are teams in this league that would probably have given Angel Wilson a guard of fucking honor. The Atlanta Dream. I mean this right now. Had the Atlanta Dream won, had they won, they probably would have given Aja a guard of honor. Alicia Gray would have been buddy-buddy with Aja Wilson before the game. And Aja Wilson would have gotten MVP chance to start the game in Atlanta. Hell no. Aja Wilson is going to play one more game in Vegas where those fans are hostile, which suits the Fever. Even if they're hostile pro-Vegas, that still suits the Fever because they're used to playing in hostile environments. And then they're going to be as hostile as it comes in women's sports when they go back to Indiana. The Indiana Fever are the solution. They are not the problem. And I love seeing this. I love seeing them going, we don't care that this person who has been deemed, and by the way, Aja Wilson is one of the greatest players of all time. Aja Wilson's a top 2 player in the world. But this season, Kelsey Mitchell's been top 5. But Kelsey Mitchell's been a top 1 player in the playoffs. Like, Aja Wilson has not been a top 2 player in the playoffs. But yeah, I don't even hate the MVP that much because of games played. But at the end of the day, in the WNBA, you're not allowed. You're allowed to celebrate your player, but as soon as Aja Wilson's name goes into conversations, you're not allowed to celebrate your player. Once Aja Wilson's name is in it, you're no longer allowed to celebrate your player for MVP. Otherwise, that's goes against the hierarchy. The Indiana Fever have said, "Fuck the hierarchy, fuck all this shit. We are the Indiana Fever. We're supporting us. We are the best team in the league. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, we are the best team in the league." And I fully believe they think that. Caitlin Clark, there, cool. We're the best team with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark not there, we're the best team without Caitlin Clark. And it's something just refreshing to see. It is something refreshing to see the league and players and a team. And I mean this, I kind of like with Temi with the Valkyries, when Temi literally went out there and said, is like, we want this place to be hostile. Boo the other team. No team should want to play here. Make it hostile for them. I love hearing that. Like, as long as it doesn't get to the stage where you're booing Hamby's kid. Like, that was a little bit too far. I think everyone will admit that's too far. But if you want it to be hostile, let it be hostile. And at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I love this Indiana Fever team. Like, they have, by the way, they freaking revived the careers of Odyssey Sims and Aerial Powers as well. They just need, they need all these, they need another Infinity Stone. If you can revive Aerial Powers and Odyssey Sims, 2 players that were out of the league for non-basketball reasons, the Thanos of those is the Michael Jordan of those players is Kennedy Carter. Maybe. Just maybe.